Cardiff, the capital of Wales. From here on, we'll be travelling from Cardiff Central railway station, what is obviously the main railway station, to Penzance in the south of England. For this journey we'll be travelling on board of a Great Western Railway intercity service. What it's like to travel on board of these trains between Cardiff and Penzance, we're all about to find out in this video. Join me on the Great Western Railway service between Cardiff here in Wales to Penzance in the south of England. For now, let's get this video on the track and let's the intro. However, before we do that, shortly the environmental impact if you're traveling on this route by train, car or plane. Obviously the train is the absolutely winner and we just need more trains and less planes. For now we can really start with this video. I arrived in Cardiff by train from Manchester. I do have a trip report on that as well, you can find it in the description of this video. And when I recorded this, I had a crazy weekend with lots of videos. So, after visiting Cardiff for about 2 hours, I left again and took the train to Penzance in the south of England. Before we discover the railway station itself, let's see what we can find around it. And what I noticed immediately when I left the railway station was this bus interchange. This place looks really nice and modern and timetables have been displayed crystal clear. There's also plenty of spots where you can wait. Toilets that seemed clean, at least I got the impression it's very clean over here. And you find these kind of platforms to the bus. I just really like this place. And as far as I noticed, this is mainly serving city and very regional buses, but there are also some long distance buses from and to here. And the location right next to the railway station is perfect. Around the railway station, but obviously also within the railway station, there are plenty of spots where you can grab some food. The area around the railway station seemed to have some new developments recently. Between the railway station and the bus terminal, there is a taxi stand. This railway station is being managed by Transport for Wales. However, you will see Great Western Railway a lot over here, for example the big sign at the front of the railway station. Today we'll also travel on a Great Western Railway service. Apart from Great Western Railway and Transport for Wales, you also find some intercity services from and to here that are being operated by cross-country trains. Within the main concourse there are several vending machines where you can buy train tickets and there's also a ticket office. Although I really have to say that the infrastructure to buy your train tickets online within the UK is really good as well, and if you buy your tickets more in advance, this can save you some money as well. Also, rail passes might be a very good option to travel within the UK. For this, I was traveling with the use of Interrail. However, Brit rail passes can also be very interesting. My personal favorite website to book train tickets within Europe is Trainline. Not only for tickets, but also for rail passes. And what I really like about Trainline is that several booking systems are linked with each other. For example, if you make international railway journeys, this can be very interesting. There's a link to the Trainline website in the description of this video. A small supermarket is located at the side of the railway station. Clear displays that will host information about departing trains can be found within the main concourse. There are some tunnels linking the front and the back of the railway station with all the platforms. Just like many UK railway stations, there are access gates over here, but they didn't work with Interrail or Eurail. So I needed to ask the staff to open the gates for me. My general experience is that at the moment there's no staff available, the gates will just be opened. Well, for now let's head to the back of the railway station. This doesn't look as nice at the front. It's way more modern, I mean that's not a big problem, but well, the environment is not as appealing as the front. So let's head back into the railway station again. Obviously here are access gates as well, and there are screens that will host information about departing trains. There are also some vending machines over here where you can buy train tickets. Oh, the staff opened the gate for me again because it didn't work with my Interrail pass. I don't know why actually, because Interrail passes are able to open the access gates within France and the Netherlands, for example. There are some tunnels linking all the platforms and the front and the back of the railway station with each other. Within these tunnels there are clear screens as well, and directions have been marked crystal clear. I didn't notice escalators, but there are elevators in this railway station. I really like these benches at the platform that do have the GWR logo. By the way, at the platform there are also clear screens that will host information about departing trains. In general, it's not a bad railway station at all, but some parts might look way better if they put an extra layer of paint on it, like for example here. For now it's about time to go to the train. At the platform you'll find clear screens that will host information about the train as well, including a composition for the train for today. I hope you like this video so far. Sorry for interrupting you, but if you like it or if it's a helpful video to you, please give me a thumbs up, I really appreciate that. And if you'd like to see more trip reports about more sustainable ways of transportation, the main focus for this channel is cross-bordering and long-distance traveling, then hit that subscribe button if you haven't done this already. For now, it's about time to go to the train for today. Basically, the train will come to us. Today we'll be traveling on board of a British Rail Class 800 train that's being operated by Great Western Railway. Great Western Railway is basically the name for the franchise that's operating the trains in the southwest of England and also in the southern part of Wales, mainly for the trains towards London. These trains have been constructed between 2014 and 2018. The top speed is 200 km per hour, or if you're one of the 5% of the world population who doesn't use the metrical system, 125 miles per hour. And these trains do provide 326 seats, plus obviously some standing spaces if it's really busy. 290 seats are located in standard class or second class, and then you will find 36 seats in first class. Before we take a close look at the interior of the train, let's take a close look at the exterior. The train stood still along the routes for a bit longer at the railway station of Exeter, so over there I filmed the exterior. It has not been mentioned where you will find the second class on board these trains, because second class in the UK is just mentioned as standard class. And this makes a lot of sense really. I think this should be the standard anyway. Right next to all the entrance doors, there's a sticker that's indicating what seats can be entered best if you take that specific entrance doors of the carriage. So it might be better to go to the other entrance door if you reserve the seat at the other side. Although it's not obligated to reserve a seat. Displays at the side of the train do host the carriage number, and in the UK this is mentioned with letters. Also, route information has been given on these LED screens. Unfortunately, there's not a dining car on board of these trains. There is a kind of a pantry though, and in some situations there is also a service available where you can buy some food and drinks, and in first class on many routes there is also something included, but that wasn't the case for my journey unfortunately. This due to staff shortage. I guess Brexit and a very strong immigration policy really works out well for the UK. First class has been mentioned at the side of the train. You basically can't miss this. At the very end of the train in the first class there's also a pantry that's over here on the left, but that wasn't in use for this railway journey unfortunately. For now let's head into the train. So let me give you a train tour on this train. Last leg of the journey. The train is pretty much empty. It's 11:15 now. Still have 40 minutes to go. I don't know exactly. Anyway, right now I'm standing in first class at the total back or front of the train, depending on what way the train is moving. Right here there's a pantry. It says no entry, but maybe here. I can open it though. Well, it's not. But if you're traveling on some days of the week, this comes including meals, drinks, etc. They have some extra services in the first class. Well, there's no public access beyond this point, so I'm not going through there. But there is a small pantry, as you can see. And well, you can open it if you press that button. The seats, first class, comes in a classical 2x1 configuration. And some of the seats in first class are not so nice. I wouldn't travel in there. For example, here, no window seat. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they put this in here as well. There are quite some seats actually over here. I definitely don't want to be the man on seat 61 over here. It's possible to make a reservation on one of these trains, and if you make a reservation, it will be displayed over here. My seat is in the next carriage, and there it says from Cardiff to Penzance. It's also green if the seat is not reserved or if it's available after a certain point. It's orange at the moment the seat is reserved from a future station, so it's free for now, but it might be occupied a little bit later on the journey. Let's do some well, let me show you the seats. There are some differences when it comes to the solo seats, at least. And as you can see, these tables here, they're fixed. These tables here can be put up, and officially these are disabled seats for people traveling with mobility problems, but my seat was also in one of these. But as you can see, these were officially people, well, for pregnant people, people with a lot of belly, well, people who need some extra assistance. So put it back. But let's go here. These tables, they're super sturdy. Right here at the side, there's a 3-pin power socket and USB sockets. All windows do have a sunscreen. There's no reading light. Armrest can be adjusted, and here at the side you find that button you can use to recline the seats. Ooh, it's really comfortable. It's really nice. These seats in first class, it's a really nice product. The seats are really comfortable. For luggage, you obviously find the overhead luggage racks throughout the train. They do provide quite a lot of space for luggage as well, like you see here. But don't miss out on the extra space for luggage between the back ends of the seats. And that doesn't only count for this train, but for trains in general. Over here, you find quite some space for luggage as well. It's also indicated over here, as you can see over here. Here you find screens, basic LED screens, that don't work that well with my camera, I can see right now. But they will give the time, they will give some general route information, the carriage number. And this here is the accessible area in first class. As you can see over here, so there's space for wheelchairs over here. These tables, I think you can also fold them up a bit. Yes, you can. Might be needed some more power sockets. These tables opposite from each other are way bigger, obviously. And these here, I think I like this as well, because I like to sit with my legs like this, and if I do this, it's a bit harder in the other, if you have the bigger seats, the bigger tables. But here I like this a bit more, baby. Well, let me show you the rest of the train.
The next morning.
Okay, I found a totally empty carriage in standard classes, second class as well. So let me give you a tour of here. This comes just like most standard or second class carriages in a 2x2 configuration. Most seats are airline style seats, as you can see over here. But you find some bay seats, so seats facing each other as well. In that case, there's quite a big table in between. Take a seat here. Not reclinable, I think. I don't see a handle at the bottom. No, I don't think they're reclinable. They're not bad, but the definitely not wow. I had better standard class seats. Let me say it like that. But for the length of the journey, they're okay. Just like everywhere in the train, you find information about the seat reservations over here. So this one is available to Exeter. It's reserved from Exeter to London St. Paddington. So yeah, you can still sit here now if you want. You find coat hangers at the side, by the way, just like everywhere in the train. And also just like everywhere in the train, you find the sunscreens. Well, we don't need that yet. For luggage, you obviously have the overhead luggage racks, but also here you find the space between the back ends of the seats. At some other spots between the back ends, you find the litter bins, by the way, as you can see over here. The litter bins are not directly near the seats. If the information system about the reservations doesn't work, seat reservations can also be put in here on papers like in the old days in the UK. Let's do an airline style seat review. The legroom, I have to add up to this, I'm quite a tall boy. I'm a little over 1.90 m. I'm not telling my exact length. I don't know why I have some strange things I'm not truly telling you on YouTube because privacy. There's a small but really sturdy folded table. If you want to work on a laptop, this is not big enough. However, therefore you find this. So that's also pretty good. Information about what facilities can be found where is located. Basically over here, this is basically toilets. That's all you need to direct to because for luggage you have the overhead luggage racks and also dedicated luggage racks within the open compartments. There's not a dining car over here. At some routes, and especially on the London Penzance routes, there is a trolley service available on the Great Western services, but not on all services on the HST trains. There's no reading lights. Probably I forgot something, but I will use a voiceover for that. At the end of the compartments, you obviously find the basic LED screens that will host some route information as well. And these seats here, oh, some more seats. I really don't understand why they made these seats without any windows. Especially because there's some really scenic parts along this journey. Well, for the Penzance to London route, I was traveling with daylight on those scenic parts, but when I traveled from Cardiff to Penzance, there wasn't a lot of daylight. So I mean, I don't mind to sit there if it's dark. If you're traveling with a bike on board of these trains, that is possible. However, a bike reservation is, as far as I know, obligated. This here is one of the bike areas, and if it's not being used for bikes, this can also be used as an extra storage space for luggage. I don't know exactly how these things work, but well, you can create some extra space for your luggage, obviously, I guess. Line maps of the GWR network are located at the vestibules of these trains. Well, no train tour is complete without showing you the toilets, and these are the regular toilets on board of these trains. I mean, these toilets are pretty fine, nothing special. Most importantly, during both rides I had on these trains, what was from Cardiff to Penzance and from Penzance to London, the toilets were clean. These toilets can also be used as a diaper changing facility if you're traveling with a little baby, as you can see over here. There's also a bigger accessible toilet, obviously. And since we're reviewing the toilet anyway, this here is the bigger accessible toilet. This can also be used as a diaper changing facility if you're traveling with a little baby. Obviously you also have some support bars for those who need this. And there's just more space in general. I think you have a good understanding of these trains, and if you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments. I try to answer them as good as possible. For now, I just show you some views from the train I had between Cardiff and Penzance. It was dark for the last section of the journey, so the views will only be between Cardiff and Taunton. If you're wondering how the views are between Penzance and Taunton, you can check out the video I made on the route from Penzance to London. That's also covering that section of the route. For now, just sit back, relax and enjoy the views from the train along this route. we are in Penzance. It's classical Pullman train here. It's awesome, I love to take that one as well. I'm not gonna do that. It will be a short night. It was a good journey, but it will be a short night. Tomorrow I'll travel back to London again. It's a crazy weekend. We'll make lots of trip reports. I hope you liked this video or this has been helpful to you. If you'd like to see more trip reports about more sustainable ways of transportation, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done this already. And if you like this video or it has been helpful to you, please give me a thumbs up. Railway station of Penzance, it's not that big, but I will feature that in another video. Also on a Great Western intercity service. For now, that's really it for this video, but before we end up this video, one last thing. Once again, thank you for watching, I really appreciate it. If you made it all the way to this point and you haven't subscribed yet, well, you really might consider to subscribe. In the description of this video you can find a link to a map, and on this map you can find all videos as well. But obviously you also find them on this channel. And new videos are coming up as well.